This ain't gonna work. I'm gonna try to get a little closer to me. Oh my goodness, guys, the scams are all over the net and all over the country. And people need to be aware of these scams that they've been pulling and what they're actually doing, because they're convincing a whole lot of people that these people got programs for everybody and that they can help them with government grants and one-time grant, you know, and they can get it all done. Phone call after phone call, they've called me because I done some kind of survey, you know, through the cell phone. It said, hey, would you like to have a Walmart credit card for $500? Just take that survey and we'll send one right straight to you. Yeah, the lying dogs. Once you do those surveys, you know, and go through it, and it said, hey, would you like to get a $1,200 credit card right straight from Walmart, good to buy anywhere in the store? People just go through all the surveys. Guys, there's people playing in Mexico and Indonesia, China, wherever. Most of them's down in Mexico, stealing the money from the people. And all these cons they've been pulling, and they've been pulling it for years. But now they're getting even better at it. Man, this is as quiet as my phone's ever been. Especially this past month or so, every 10 minutes, I got another 5 phone calls trying to convince me that they got a government grant just for me. And as long as I go out and buy one of these iTunes cards, well, iTunes card is so you can download, you know, all these famous people's albums and send it right to your phone or to your computer and buy a bunch of music. That's what the iTunes is. Well, as long as I understand it right. But then they got all these other cards they want you to go out and buy. They say, now, this is what you got to do first. You got to go out and buy these cards. Call us back with the authorization number and tell us, you know, at least put $200 down on that card and call us right back and give us all of the information upon that card, everything it says, including everything that's on the front and the back, all the authorization numbers. And then they say, here's what we'll do. We'll release the authorization numbers for you to go down to Western Union, and the government's got a $9,000 money order that's going to wire right straight to you, and your all you got to do is go down and pick it up. We'll give you the authorization numbers to go down and pick it up, those lying dogs. They're using what they call the Radio Shack and these programming boxes that allows them to spend so many dollars a year to get an out-of-country calling programming like Radio Shack used to put out and all these others. Nothing against Radio Shack. They got some good stuff. I got friends that calls me out of Canada using those programs. And what it does is it gives them a number in the States that nobody else is using, that the computer finds, and it locks it down like from Canada and locks it down into, say, Atlanta, Georgia, with a number that's registered down there through a central computer. So when they call, it's going to a central computer and locks into this number in Atlanta, Georgia, or wherever. And then it shows as if somebody here in America is calling us from a real phone from here in America. Okay? Using programs that's legal for them to do. I just wasn't going to spend that much my money just so I could call Canada when I can talk to Canada for free right here on the net through programs called Pal Talk and Skype and all this. Nope, I'm not going to spend my money. I don't need to call Canada, you know, every day, and just so I can have a direct line. But that's what they're doing. Out-of-country people are buying these programs and using these programs and calling all these people at random and promise them they're going to get them all kinds of government money, saying they're at the capital of the government. No, you lying dogs. Even the people who work for them believe that it's a legitimate program, that they're actually helping the people. But what they do is that when they get these people to go out and buy all these cards, like game cards and game exchange cards, well, that's for a game exchange. And then say, hey, call me back with all the numbers and we'll release the authorization so you can get a Western Union. The government does not send any of us federal grant money whatsoever through Western Union. Western Union charges $100 on the 1,000 to even send it, and then the guy who's going up there to receive it, provided he's getting a real Western Union, it's going to cost him $100 on the 1,000 to even receive a real transaction through Western Union. And now they ain't going to have no $10,000 right there in the counter, so they'll say, hey, we'll just make you out this little bitty check and you take it to the bank. Well, then the bank says, hey, we're going to have to charge you a fee for cashing this official real check from Western that's been authorized in a ComData or whatever you want to call this, PayPal and all this other stuff. And somebody's going to charge you again for even cashing the thing. Well, there goes 100 and 100, 100 per thou, 100 per thou, 100 per thou. And by the time, and that's even if you was to have a real one. The government is not going to send any of us any government money through Western Union or PayPal or anybody else. They're going to put a check in the mail when we qualify on our homes or anything else of government help. They'll put that money right straight into your bank account, direct deposit into your own bank account, straight from the federal government when it's approved. And they'll even, like we used to all wait for those income tax to come in and those great big checks to finally show up in the mail when it never was enough. When they took plenty of their money and our money, and they got it from all of us, the born bred Americans. So anyway, guys, you got to be aware of this stuff. And pay attention to everybody's getting calls throughout the country, and people are pretending that they got all this government money that they can get released just for you, but hey, go out and buy all these other cars. But what they do is the very minute you call them back, that the people have done, and I know people who's done this, they've called them back and said, hey, I went and bought one of those cars you told me. Give me the number, I'll go to Western Union. Click. In less than 3 minutes, every dime that they put on that card that they bought from Walmart, Family Dollar, wherever, and gave them all of the information, no different than you giving out your own bank account and authorization numbers. In less than 10 minutes, there won't be one dime left on that card that you just bought, even though it's just an iTunes card. Or it's just a game exchange card. They done got the money in less than 10 minutes. Bam, it's been pulled because they got all the numbers. Bam, they got to put all that money in their pocketbook. You can't prosecute. America ain't going to prosecute Mexico for them pulling this trash on the people. But yet they're convincing the people they're going to help people with federal government loans and government grants. You lying dogs. Well, they'll stand before the Lord one day, but that's whenever, right? And now I've got some friends right on the net, friends I went to high school with, and they're using their nick and their ID and their pictures. Somehow they got into his account and copied his picture, and they're presenting themselves as if they are them. I get this message, hey, would you please add this fellow? Well, I went to high school with a fellow named that. I know him. Ain't seen him in years. He's got a lot of friends from Galena, Kansas. Yeah, we all love him. I mean, and all those others. It's like, well, what? What happened? Well, okay, welcome to the net. Well, maybe he had to redo his thing. So I clicked add. Next thing I know, the first thing they want to do is try to talk me into some workers' compensation programs that they can help me get some money from the government that I probably wasn't aware that I could be getting right now. And hey, if I give them out some authorization numbers, hey, they'll help me get some government money, and they'll help me get some of that workers' comp money that they say is due me. Well, I done been paid all that workers' comp when I got all back when it happened. That stuff's been released. That stuff's over, and I needed to have surgery again, but oh well, it's too late. And I've been suffering ever since. Yeah, it's too late. But I still got to find work. So that's what I'm doing. I got an interview in the morning. We'll see what happens. It just ain't working out too well for me. You all say a prayer. But here they just done it to a friend that I went to high school with. So I notified him. I got to looking through my friends list. I said, wait a minute. I got 2 IDs. Perfect pictures of the man that I knew. And we all know they're from home. And it's a perfect picture of him. And he's saying, "Hey, how you doing?" I said, "Hey, buddy, I'm sorry I missed you at the last reunion. We sure missed you. And I guess the ones I showed up with, I guess you wasn't there. And when you was there, I guess I wasn't on some of them. So, buddy, sorry I missed you. Been hoping praying you're all right, all your family. You got some beautiful pictures. I see these kids, and all the youngins and stuff are running around out there. That's pretty cool. But to find out it's not him. Because the fella I went to high school wouldn't pull this. He wouldn't be talking about he's going to get me some government money. So I notified the buddy I knew. I went back through my friends list, guys. I went back through my friends list, and I got 2 pictures. One's got only 3 friends, as if they're starting over, and the other one, he's got like 190 some odd friends. Well, what? Hey, that's the guy I know. So I knew something was up. So I got with him. I said, "Hey, Mike, hey, buddy, you need to check this out. You need to do something because they're stolen, and this is what's happening. They're conning people out there using our NICs and our IDs and anything they can get, pretending that there's somebody that we know." And when I started asking some questions, the fella I went to high school with, oh, he would know. He would know. And I'm going, something's up here. Something's up because, hey, they're playing this. And now this one wants me to, he's going to get me some workers' comp money. And he's going to help me get a government grant because they said, hey, my money came in FedEx Express right to the front door when I finally signed up. Are you ready to sign up? They stated in writing that their money came in a FedEx package with a check from the government. You lying dogs. You see, the guy I knew, he wouldn't pull this, and that wasn't him. So I got with him. So hopefully we got some of this caught. But now we got to get Facebook to chase them down and just stop them. But how do you prosecute these people stealing people's money and accounts and identifications and everything when they're in Mexico? You can't prosecute somebody across the border. They just said laughing. I've had these people on the phone. They just said, "Hey, dude, I'm in Mexico." And they started cussing me out. Yeah, guys, you got to be aware of these new scams. And please pay attention. It's too easy when we're all hurting for money and needing things to happen in our own lives that these people are doing nothing but stealing from the people. Stealing from the people and conning them. And these old timers that don't know any better, and they get one of those phone calls like that, they go, "Well, yeah, I got some money coming from the government." Really? Well, it's about time they paid me back. Well, there goes the old timers' money. Giving out that info. And bam, they got it. And they ain't got a conscience for nothing of stealing from the people. And all they had to do is walk across the border. Obama's going to give it to them anyway. Right? He had an ink pen. Well, maybe they can chase him down now. He's probably flying over to Iran just so he can shake their head. Yeah, welcome to America, people. Yeah, us real people, we got to work for a living. Well, I got to get back to work and again, get something going fast. So anyway, you all say a prayer for me, I say a prayer for you, and at least we got the fellow that I know notified that, hey, you guys got to fix this. Okay, so at least the people that we know good and well that we know the real one. So anyway, guys, you be aware of these new scams. They're pulling anything and everything. They don't care where they steal their money. They got no conscience whatsoever. So anyway, love you guys. May you all be blessed. Pay attention and don't fall for their nonsense.